everybody, here we go. And, DJ, it's 5 days in the Caribbean, 5 days of streaming from the other side of the planet, and 5 days that things have not really gone so bad until today. Lesson is always have a backup.
That's right.
To the HPLS podcast. Live, relevant, and high performance information, conversations, and education weekly.
So, part of and it's funny because, a couple of years ago, your mandatory things when you go on vacation would be like, certain amenities, and now it's Wi-Fi.
You need it everywhere.
The kids need Wi-Fi. We need
but
Wi-Fi.
You need fast Wi-Fi because when you're streaming like this, you need strong, good Wi-Fi.
Well,
otherwise,
yeah. But even so, originally when we're setting to go out, it's like, okay, yeah, do we really need Wi-Fi? Sure, it'd be nice so the kids can keep in touch. But if we lose Wi-Fi, not a big deal. Well, I'll tell you, this resort, as of, I think it was Monday night or Tuesday night. Maybe it was Monday night. Monday night, the Wi-Fi went out. Oh. So, to get a hold of the kids when we're saying, hey, listen, we're down by the pool or we're down by the beach, or to communicate with Christine and I or anything, it's so difficult. And it's, it got to a point where we weren't, because there was no Wi-Fi. And then the Wi-Fi came back yesterday, and it was simple. We're sitting in the lobby before dinner, and it's like, hey, kids, we're in the lobby before dinner. Okay, perfect. And everybody knows where to go. And it just makes things so much easier. And then especially on things like this, so just before we got on air, everyone, I had to switch back to my phone because the Wi-Fi for the resort went glitch again. So, but that's why I've always said,
I will say, but for hotel Wi-Fi, you had pretty good stream this whole week, so it's been pretty good though for the most part.
It's been for my phone.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. No, so Monday was the only show that I did from the actual Wi-Fi.
Wow.
The rest has been from my show at like $15 a gig or whatever price they charge you.
Well, hey, we got some good mornings, and I see Jeff just won't give up the spot, which is just like Jeff for us. Is he froze again? I think he just froze. Am I still alive? That is the question. Well, I'm not sure. If I'm still alive, guys, let me know. But the struggle is definitely real on vacation. I see all of the comments. Dan will not be able to, because he is in control of these, unless I jump out and you guys would all lose this. But so I will share. So good morning, everybody. Morning from Jeff. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Damon. Morning, Joey. What's up, Joey? Yesterday was fun, man. Good morning, Chad. You did not win. You're like, geez, 1, 2. You're fourth on the list. Happy Friday again. Morning, Richard. Struggle is real on vacation. That is for sure. Happy Friday, Ryan. What's up, man? I think I just lost him completely. I'm not sure if I'm live, guys. So if you guys, I am live. Okay. So, we'll wait to see if he comes back or not. But I guess as he was mentioning, he is currently having issues with his internet. So, you are here. So, all right. Well, I'm live by myself. So I'll start with this week's. And guys, please feel free to share your wins and losses. My big thanks, Ryan. Ryan did. If you guys are on Facebook, you might have seen. He said it's my big break. I think he's just saying it's my chance to get a few more words in. So I don't know if y'all want that, but here it comes. But anyway, so if you would share your wins and losses or lessons, as we are now phrasing it now. Thank you, Valerie, if you're out there watching. You got that through to Dan. Yeah, he did. He finally decided to take he said Friday, that's it. He left me. I'm done.
Nah. Okay, so.
There he is.
You're still on?
Listen, I think I was going pretty well. Win was definitely a great conversation yesterday, Joey.
So we actually I've lost all the chat from earlier. So my phone, really? my Wi-Fi switched back to the resort instead of staying on my phone on my computer. So that's how I disappeared. I know people were saying good morning. I know.
Oh yeah. There's lots of good mornings. There's There's lots of
Chad was asking if he was winning. It was a challenge on vacation. I think that was Joey, and I don't know if Joey, if it was that was a sarcastic comment from Joey. Yeah, challenge on vacation, man. Very, very big challenge. Very big challenge. But sorry about that, everybody.
You missed the greatest comment though. Ryan said it was my big break. That it was my big break to have.
Did you seize the moment? Did you capture it or just let it slip?
I did not. I did not. I was like B Rabbit in the movie. I was fumbling.
Nice. I'm pretty sure you did awesome, brother. Don't even worry about that.
Well, all right. So go. I was actually just going through the comments, so I couldn't share them like I was sharing with them. But yeah. So if you want to finish.
Okay.
Your story.
Yeah. No. I mean, all I have is Joseph's comment and then Happy Earth Day from Ryan. So that is tonight, right? Where we got to shut all the lights down and all that kind of stuff for a little bit.
Is that? Huh?
Is that right? Yeah, that's what the Earth isn't that Earth Day where you like for 2 hours or something you leave the lights off? Because
Really?
I've done that for the whole week at my house. So I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you made enough time. Right? It's everybody else.
Yeah,
You've been off long enough. Now, is that real though? Somebody shared that.
Yeah. There's
I've never heard.
Well, I mean, I know for our area, anyways. Most people, anyways, it's for 2 hours or something where everyone turns off lights and that kind of stuff, and just to conserve energy and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I remember there was one year, like big cities were doing it. Like it was really big, and I remember being out at the water tower around my house, and it was like normally you can see this glow from all the major cities, like as you look towards Buffalo, New York, and stuff from my house. And it was black, like pitch black. And it was like, that's the reason I love living in the country too. One of the big reasons is like, you get to see stars.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like that.
Skies are a lot clearer out there.
Yeah. The skies. I mean, I don't know how many times we would sit outside and just look at the stars. And it's like, things are passing, and then the way the clouds move and everything, it's like, it's almost mesmerizing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got James. Happy Friday. James. Lisa says, never heard about Earth Day. And then Jeff says, you're covered, Dan. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
What does that mean, brother Jeff?
Let me look through messages. I don't know. I'm trying to.
I don't know if we're just talking about a message that I missed, because I've lost all the chat.
Ryan
says it could be a Canadian thing. Well, you know what, Ryan? As Canadians, we do come up with some pretty cool stuff, right? So that's possible. We moved from DC to Middle Tennessee. Huge difference. Huge, James. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah, it's just that.
All right, so tell us your wins and losses on vacation.
Or
lessons, actually.
So big win is I still got a few major things I needed to accomplish. Big win is I pulled off a huge surprise for my wife. And that went over awesome. And it was spectacular. It was a great surprise. It was a lot of work. It was,
you did great.
It was yeah. It's funny because when you try and, you get these things that you want to do, and it's, you're planning it. And as it was happening, it was like, okay, well, this isn't happening anymore because we couldn't get this or we couldn't get that. So you're like making all these alternate arrangements, and it still turned out absolutely spectacular. It was a wonderful dinner. It was a wonderful time, and it was a wonderful birthday for her. So the love of my life. And so that was probably the biggest of big wins. Everything else takes a little bit longer in the Caribbean, as we talked about yesterday, but that win was the best, just to be able to, and all the way down to the end where it was like, can I get one more daiquiri before we go back to the room? Because the people here are texting me going, we're not ready yet. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, no, you have to be ready because we're walking back now. And it's like, okay, just one more daiquiri. And I didn't need any more sugar. Like I've had so much insulin this week. It's crazy. And I'm like, just one more. And I'm like, you're looking at your WhatsApps and like, okay, we're done. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even here yet. No, that's okay. Let's go.
Yeah. And it was so special to be able to see that moment and the look on my soulmate's face, and
Oh,
to
dude.
it was just very special. It's very,
Oh,
very, very,
oh,
very
I love
special,
it.
and
I love it.
yeah,
I love
and to have it on video is something we can remember forever. Even last night, we were sitting out by the pool, just the two of us, and we watched the video again, and like you want to cry all over again, So it's
Ah,
super cool. That was big win, big win.
yes, yes,
Another
sir.
big win is, and I know this is going to be kind of goofballish for most people, but we had huge snowstorms at home, and I wasn't there, so that's a big win. We were supposed to get tons of rain this week, and I think it rained once for the morning, so it's great. It's great, and you know what? Probably the another huge win, right in line with my wife's birthday, is just being here with family and being able to enjoy this kind of stuff. For 2 years we've been locked up in our homes and not really been able to enjoy this. So it actually, you know, um, like anything, when you go away, there's challenges here and there on the resort and things and this and that you'd be like, oh, I wish that didn't happen, but it's being able to be away with family, um, that I don't know, just it means a lot, and it's memories that you're gonna remember forever. It's
Yes.
like even on this
Yeah,
vacation, we were
the
talking.
memories and the time you get,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
is
Well, and even on this vacation, we were talking about vacations from last year or from 2 years ago and from 3 years ago. Like, so it's rehashing memories
yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
you know what I mean. And it was awesome. Got to
Oh,
snorkel a little bit yesterday. We're doing a big boat glass bottom boat thing with snorkeling on Saturday, and yeah, it's
dude.
nice. It's nice.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. And thank you for sharing that. But and Jeff did mention, so he was talking about the turning the weeks off. That's what he was talking about. You recovered.
Oh, turning the
Okay.
lights off for the
So
whole
he
week. That's
actually,
right. Yeah,
Jeff
okay.
is aware of that.
You're covered. I am
Me like
covered, Jeff.
Lisa, we had no clue. I did not know you're supposed to turn the lights off. I am so
Yeah.
sorry. I will do. I
See,
do that
Jeff even
anyways.
knows this. How do you not know this, DJ? Jeff knows this.
I don't know. I listen. Jeff knows everything though. If
He
I
is he
need
is a
any answer,
very
I'm
smart man.
asking Jeff because he knows. He
Yes.
knows everything.
Now,
um,
actually, so Richard brings up some no masks on planes wins. Yeah, I think we
that's
have
a
to
huge
actually wear a
one,
mask.
Richard. Thank you for bringing
Um,
that up.
yeah, I think we have to because we're going back to Canada. I don't think Canada's implemented that law yet, but I can tell you
Really?
when we were flying down here, that mask was the biggest pain in my ass ever. Like, and again, I don't know how many of you watching or listening have worn a mask for longer than like just going to a grocery store or just going to a restaurant to put it on to get to your table. But when you wear these things for like 4 and something hours,
It's terrible.
like it's even in the airport, like you had to wear them in the airport unless you were eating or drinking. It's like for me behind my ear, that elastic just like gives me a headache. I don't know about you guys, but it drives me nuts. And to breathe and just have that heat flow up into your eyes yeah,
Yes. Uh,
crazy, crazy.
yeah.
And then
Yeah. I agree.
Kenneth says, met with Joey after the podcast yesterday.
Yes.
We share sobriety and have a meeting next week. Big win. That's awesome.
That is so awesome. That I am glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I did, Ryan. Except I don't eat peanuts. I had a box of Go Figure Sour Patch Kids.
More candy.
What can you do? What can you do?
That's all
So, what
right.
was your big win this week, DJ? What
Oh
was
man,
what
so
was on,
big.
and what was your big loss? Because I understand you have a big lesson you learned this week.
Oh, look at you. Why would I not expect anything less than you putting me on blast for that? So I won't get to the lesson because it is a big one, guys. And I think I could turn it even to a lesson with the customer. With the red face and embarrassment I will have, as well as I explain my lesson. But big win would be I had a few big wins actually. So one, your show on Wednesday with Dean and those guys was awesome.
Oh, on the that I
Yeah,
did
on
that
that.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Dude, it was awesome. So
did you
great
like it?
job.
Yeah,
I had to tell you that. So that was
thank you.
awesome. Yes. Meeting Richard yesterday, that was a great win. Discussion with DJ. This discussion with Richard. I think we got some things uh some fun stuff and they got some amazing things going on there. So I'd like to talk more about that. But and then just the connections really big win for me. I kind of have like a cool ambassador type, somewhat kind of role with a local. I don't know if anybody local in Cleveland. If you guys know Jimmy Hanlon, he's coming out and partnered up with Shoutback Concepts. It's an app. It's an on-demand golfing app. So Dan, I'm only bringing it up because I know you're a golfer as well. It's actually on demand. So instead of having to go see somebody, you can actually get on-demand coaching with your lessons and coach on demand. So it's pretty cool. So really excited with that and to work with them and hear more about that. But those were and really the guests and the meetings that I had this week, especially like I said with Richard, with some of the other people I met, and then Joey. That show yesterday's show with Joey was great too. I think
He's
I
got a
knew
little bit of energy, that guy. Eh? Did you notice that?
yeah
A little. I mean, and you could probably turn it up a bit, but he's got a little.
tiny. But I thought we would get along. I thought it would go exactly like it did, and it really did. So thank you, Joey, for just being you. But yeah, so yes, this week has been amazing. Now my lesson, y'all. So I get to that. So lesson's a good one. Have you ever had a customer you're working with? Okay, and they tell you to do. They tell you, we don't need you to do that. But you just, for some reason, in the back of your mind or your gut that, they're telling you it's not that important, but really it probably is. Well, I did that big mistake. So I was going to give a big shout out. I was going to make a big deal about it on Wednesday, our show with Dean. Triple D Day. Shout out to Dean. Thank you for obviously joining us every Wednesday. But so Wednesday, 4/20, on top of it, is my wife's birthday. And so Maggie, I was going to give a shout out, tell everybody to blast her on LinkedIn, blast her all over, and, just say happy birthday, because clearly her support for me and Dan on the show and always sharing our stuff and liking everything and leaving the comments and being the quote queen that she is for me. I did not make a big deal on social media because she is not an in-your-face person. And so I read that totally wrong. Totally wrong. That was that customer that I should have done that. So please, everybody, shout out to Maggie. Happy birthday. That was where I did secretly my own thing, but I should have made it more well known. So give her a shout out. Happy birthday, please. If we could sing right now, or if I wouldn't be so embarrassing, I'd even sing. But so, screwed that up. Not
Yeah,
funny.
I'm pretty sure that won't be the last time, DJ.
No. Big loss. No. So yeah, so that was my lesson this week. So
Big
read,
lesson. Big lesson.
read. Go with your gut. Go with your gut. That's
Yeah.
what I'll. That was the
So,
lesson.
so you see, Jeff's coming in here. Was retaining my good morning title on the podcast this morning. This makes my Friday much more satisfying. So, who's my next challenger? He said.
Oh man, I love it. Yes.
There's Maggie coming back.
Oh,
See, you're already redeemed. There you go. There you go.
I love
There
you
you
too.
go. Joseph says,
Yeah.
"LOL." That's from the energy comment. So
Jeff.
who's Jeff's challenger for next week?
Yeah,
Who's
who
gonna
is
be?
going to challenge Jeff? Because I'll tell you,
Damon's
I
been
see.
right there all week.
I see Damon is constantly coming in now, but I've seen some newcomers. There's some newcomers who normally are not. Jeff, I would watch out next week. Let me tell you, I think you're going to have some challenges,
Could be a
Jeff. But
different
I
story.
know you're up for it. So, but yeah, and just every week. I mean, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing everything that you do. This has been crazy. I mean, that's right. I didn't think it was ever going to go like it's been for me and Dan, and just finding out yesterday. So it's funny. Dan, I will tell you this. So Dan let me off the hook so yesterday he shared it was his birthday, his wife's birthday, and because he didn't say anything about it online, I was like, oh, thank God. At least I didn't screw up and do that, even though clearly it was a big surprise, which you got me there, but. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? So it's that's the whole thing, right? Is I mean, for me, social media is business.
Yeah.
It's not. And when I say business, don't get me wrong. Like I'll share personal thought processes and personal feelings about, but it's typically about a business function. I've never been that social media person. Like even when Facebook and all these things first came out, like I've always believed that if you want to get a hold of me and you're somebody that not to sound egotistical, but if you're somebody I want to speak to, we'll get in touch. Like that's just the way the universe works, right? Whether it's a DM, it's a connection, it's that kind of stuff. It's not necessarily like a search on social, right? Like to me, that's never been. And
Yeah.
I guess I can explain it this way. When I got into logistics, it was like cell phones were just coming out. I mean, I think we talked about this one time, and Jeff and I have a conversation about it because we were right there where it's like it was literally like a suitcase that had this phone on the top of it. And that was your like car phone. And I literally have the thing. I had this like strap that I screwed into the side of my middle console where my phone was there. And then like Blackberries and all these things came out, and then it was like you're in a consistent overload of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
And for me, it was, I'm not adding another layer of information to that. Like I'm not adding another layer and another layer. It's
You
like
can't
my
you can't focus on the information that you took in because you're just
no.
taking more. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, right? There's overconsumption. And it's even like right now. So right now, this podcast is distributed to like LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Next month we're gonna start streaming to Instagram.
Yeah.
My major social media channel is LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like I don't like I was in your Facebook group, and I know you have like 20, almost 30,000 people in that Facebook group. I was in there for about a week, and I'm like, I can't be consistent in here. Like in posting,
Damon really
and all, I
wants us
just
to
can't.
sing. He's not giving it up. I'm going to tell you that. I don't know if you see the
Yeah.
chat, but he is wanting us to sing "Happy Birthday."
So here's the thing. But hold on. Here's the thing: is with all the social media channels,
yeah,
right? Like you can get lost very quickly.
yes,
Very quickly. You
yes,
can get lost and become very unproductive. And for
absolutely.
me, that was the big that overpowered any of the social aspect of it. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, listen, there's people out there like Instagram is their platform, Facebook is their platform. Like everybody has their platform. I think our show has way more traction on LinkedIn than any other platform, probably because both of us are on LinkedIn and any other platform. LinkedIn to
Yeah,
me is a business platform with a social kind of mix in it. A
agreed.
business platform where you can share, here's my thoughts of the day, and people will come back from a business context.
Yeah,
And maybe it's the fact that when Facebook first came out, it's like, okay, I'm gonna have make dinner now. Oh, I just made dinner, here's my dinner. Oh my god, that was a good dinner. Oh my god, I gotta go to the bathroom now. Oh my god. And it's like come on, like nobody needs to know all that. But that's just, I look at my kids and they're on social media all the time, and it's like the Snapchat instead of texting, where we text or we mess, you know what I mean? It's individuals have different styles and different
yes,
platforms.
yeah,
But like I don't know, it just, even with LinkedIn,
I
I have
agree.
to be very careful to be a creator, not a consumer, right? Like, and if
Oh, I'm
there's
glad you
times
said
that
that. Yes, yeah, I'm glad you
yeah,
said that.
because if there's times that we consume, we can get lost in the consumption, and it's called like, you just get like that swipe amnesia where
Well,
it's like you're
Simon Sinek.
scrolling
I mean,
through.
Simon Sinek talks about it all the time. I mean, the generations that I mean, they literally, guys. If you're not aware of this, you got to listen to Simon Sinek. But I mean, he talks about it. The younger generations, like Dan's talking about, they literally have to wean them off of the phone. They're so addicted to the phone. I mean, again, he's only talking about it because there clearly is a problem
Mhm.
that people are so, especially the younger generations who grew up on it. They're so stuck with it that
Well,
it's
and this is so I
it's
can
an
share with
addiction.
you when I had just under 40 sales reps under me that I was training, um, in multiple locations across Canada. I can tell you that a lot of the frustration and the younger generation leaving the industry was because it was not an instant gratification. Like
Mm,
like it was, and again, like we are dealing with humans that for the majority of the, let's call a spade a spade. The majority of the time, it's like there's got to be some sort of relationship built
yeah.
in order to get business, right? Like if there is no
Yeah.
relationship that needs to get built, then it's a price game. And if you take it and you get it on price, you're going to lose it on price. And it's just like,
Yep.
live by the gun, death by the gun kind of thing. But
Yes, sir.
when we start looking at that relationship, that relationship does
Uh-oh. I think we're losing you again, Dan.
like a lot of
Uh-oh.
social media relationships get built, right? Which is, am I back?
Kind of. Yeah. You're good.
Back? Okay. So it's funny, eh? The last
Yeah.
day we were having problems. But anyways, but the younger generation, what I found was when they went out soliciting, it was like, well, why aren't I getting business from this person now? I've called them 5 times. And it was, I remember this one gentleman came in my office. He goes, Dan, like, it's just, I don't think it's for me. And I said, okay, well, why? Explain to me why. And he goes, it just doesn't happen fast enough. And I went, interesting, because everything's at lightning speed for us these days. Like when you think about it, right? So it was an interesting, yeah, it was an interesting conversation that gave me a little more in-depth insight into the mindset of the younger generation, right? It's like, it's, yeah, Jeff says,
Oh,
there were no
Jesus.
cell phones when I commuted by telegraph. Laugh my ass off. Jeff, so do you remember, Jeff, when you got into this industry, do you remember handwriting load sheets? And do you remember the printer that had the roll of paper where like it came out and you had to literally rip it off?
Yes.
Like we had, when I first got in the industry, yeah, we had that like, so we had a paper, and then it was like that, I forget what it's called, like that black sheet where when you write it, it comes out on the bottom. Like I forget what it's called, but we had those as load sheets, and it was literally, we had books of load sheets, and you had to pull it up, you had to put the cardboard in the middle, you put it down, you had to handwrite everything. So I have pretty good writing. There were like, all these guys in the pit that I worked at were like, dude, you got to write my load sheet for me. And I'm like, what? And they're writing chicken scratch that you couldn't read. So I'm writing people's load sheets. Like my hand is like this at the end of the day.
It's because you're a lefty. I write like I was told throughout school. I write like a girl. I said, look, I just have to take my time because I have to write way up here, so I'm not smearing the words, guys. That's all.
Yeah. And then I started writing only on one carbon sheets. That's it. Damon had it. Yeah. Jeff says the 11 by 17. Yeah. It's exactly what it was. It was crazy.
That's so funny. There's some other good comments down there. We'll hit the comments and.
Oh, Ryan says got to stream on TikTok.
Yeah. Well. We might have
interesting. Maybe. We got some challenges going on. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. That's hilarious. Yeah. All right. So what was it for you, DJ? What was that kind of what have you implemented? Okay, so let me go here. With those losses, what have you implemented to hopefully have it never happen again?
Never ever again. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to know that just to go with my gut. I should have went with my gut in those moments, guys. Again, I'm using it. Obviously, I am using this as blasting myself for what happened, but it really is. It was that I should have just trusted my gut instead of what I thought I was hearing. Because sometimes we think we're hearing something different than we really are. And yeah, so I just needed to.
And you preface it with the last time this happened, this is what I did, and this was the end. And now this time, so from now on, this is how I'm going forward. So
never again. I'm going full out. You all next 420. Y'all are gonna see the craziest birthday celebration for her ever.
And so here's the thing for everybody watching and listening as well. And I'm excited to tell my wife after we hang up here, but. So DJ and I, since we connected, we have so many things in common, and our wife's birthdays are one day apart. Like, and every single time, I guess it's probably every week, DJ. At first, it was kind of every conversation. It's like, oh my God, that you too? Oh my God, you too? Oh my God,
when I'm gonna tell. Okay, so I have to share this since Dan shared it because I didn't want to get too much into it. But so Dan shared me the picture of what he had. He had this amazing. Listen, I did not know Dan was a hopeless romantic like myself. He plays it off pretty well. I wear it on my sleeve. He secretly has it there, but he sent me the pictures, and I was like, "Oh man, is he fuck? Is he messing with me? Did Maggie say something to him? What is going on right now? Hold on, because that's all I got. And I'm like, and then that's why I asked you. I'm like, there's no way. Is her birthday really today? Is there
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
So yeah, dude,
It just keep DJ. It just keeps getting brother from another mother, man. It just keeps getting
that's
more and
yeah.
more and more, brother. So that's it. That's it. So
So
definitely
that's probably
happy belated birthday to your wife. Happy birthday again to my soulmate, my love, Christine.
yes.
DJ, pull us out of here today with a good one, brother. Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
So Jeff
Yes.
says, DJ, at least you get C-Rock slap. Those get those points, brother. You need to rack them up. Jeff
Yes,
says,
sir. You know it. You know it,
yes, so
Jeff.
romantic. Way to go, Dan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Actually,
you.
I have a little makeup over on this side. She got me for no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But again, thank you everybody. Seriously.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And I think Lisa and Jeff are gonna, because Lisa says I'm not giving up that easy.
Oh,
I'm
she's
not
not
giving, and
going.
then and it's
I
cool
know
because Chad
Lisa,
jumped in
Jeff,
here this
and I
morning
know
too and
Jeff.
said, "Did I
This is
win?"
going to be a battle for the
Yeah,
ages. But
yeah. It's gonna be awesome. But thank you, thank you.
yes, thank you guys, seriously. And yeah, thank you for just showing up, for all of your comments, for filling in when Dan disappears, because I was lost for everything, to say happy birthday, obviously, to
I am sure you would have done awesome, brother, and I'm sure you did
happy
awesome.
birthday
You
to
don't
my
give
wife.
yourself enough
Again,
credit.
happy belated birthday. I love you so much. Happy belated birthday to my brother from another mother's wife. You got a good one there. So thank you to Damon for sponsoring the show, making this even possible. American Logistics, Centurion Trucking, people over profits. Just that's the way to go, y'all. So I got a good one to take us out. I know you'll appreciate this one, Dano. It is Mr. Wayne Dyer,
Yes.
and it is: the secret to changing your life is in your intentions. Wishing, hoping, and goal setting cannot accomplish change without intention. What is needed is a shift from the inner energy of wanting. So change from wanting to the active energy of doing and intention. Just follow your heart, y'all.
To the HPLS podcast. Live, relevant, and high performance information, conversation,